Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to the show. If you haven't already visited, we're here, okay? The last video that I posted on my channel was about me going through my closet, doing a clean out, getting rid of stuff in preparation to move across the country. I love watching videos of people declutter. It feels like less of a burden. I don't know if that even makes sense. But I like watching people do that. And I'm on this mission to only bring stuff that I really, really love and to have my space to be completely filled with things that I just think are so cool, that I would not replace, that I can see myself having for years to come. I don't know what I'm saying with that, but let's do. Yes, so welcome to part 2 of the series of getting rid of shit, and also me preparing to move across the country. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I really love getting rid of stuff. Just ask my parents. They would be taking stuff out of my trash and putting it back on my dresser. Because, I don't know. I have already gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and a lot of it has been either stuff that I've had for a super long time and that I just can't use anymore. It's not safe or good for my skin. These drawers were very heavy and packed, and in retrospect, I wish I would have just waited for this video so I could truly go through what was all of my makeup collection, and it would have been a really satisfying cleansing video. But since that's not where we're at, I am still going to go through stuff, so let's just get started. Man, this is not my good side. Okay. Now I do want to thin it out at least a little bit because I do have someone coming to look at my vanity setup. Yeah, this just takes up too much space and I've had it for so long. I think it's time for an upgrade. Although I probably won't actually be able to upgrade for a while just because, you know, money, that's the thing. But I don't know what my point in saying all this is. Here's my makeup I'm gonna get rid of. So in this first container, I'm gonna have all of my mascaras, eyeliners, and brow products. And then I also have my lashes in here. I have to pee. That just hit me like a bullet train. I don't want to get rid of this one. I loved this mascara. This was the Smashbox Super something. I can't tell what it says, but it's the red Smashbox tube. This was part of the Jaclyn Hill Christmas giveaway, so I got all the Barefoot Dreams stuff and then makeup. I will probably repurchase this one day. I'm not exactly in the space to be spending a ton of money on makeup, but this was a good one and I would rebuy it. But getting rid of it. These are the two mascaras that I'm using right now. Brow gel, other brow gel. This mascara, it's kind of old, but it still works, so I'm gonna keep it, but it's actually still pretty moist. Had to have a moment for that, for all the people that hate that word. These are relatively new, so I'm gonna keep them, although I probably will have to get a black liner soon. My favorite liners are the ColourPop ones. It's the BFF liquid liners. I recently purchased the brown, and I have been using her a lot, so I definitely recommend. Another good drugstore mascara is the ColourPop one. This is just, I think she's pretty old. Oh yeah, she's crusty. I don't need to keep her, but this is another one that I would repurchase. I have a white liquid liner. It's nice to have those. ColourPop Brow is the actual brow product that I'm using right now. It's the NYX. I also love the Morphe one, the like definer brow with the thinner pencil. And I have been missing the top for this for so long, and I just found it. So this is why we do these things. And then I have these Morphe pencil liners. These are ones that I'll just use on my waterlines. I have the brown one, I have the white one, and then I have, I think it's Poolside and Harper. Yep, Poolside and Harper's. Another Morphe brow product. This is a creamy nude pencil liner that I would use if I just wanted to make my eyes look bigger. You could also just use the straight white one, but sometimes you don't want to be that drastic. Then I have the Modster black eyeliner from Art and CN. I really like this one. I need to sharpen her though. I need some good sharpeners. I always forget to buy them, and I know they're so cheap, but I need them. I need them. And then I have a Marc Jacobs. I'm pretty sure someone gave this to me. I definitely did not buy it. This doesn't feel like a full black. I think this is like a dark brown. Then the last product in here is the Benefit Eyebrow. So this is basically just like a cream pencil highlighter that you can use to kind of shape your brow. I don't use it that often, but I have liked it when I've used it. Once again, I would like to repeat that I have already gotten rid of a majority of the stuff that I'm going to be getting rid of. So this might not be the most satisfying video, but you can still, you know, go through my makeup collection with me. Next, I have my lashes. I doubt I'm gonna get rid of any of these because I use them. These are the Iconics. These are one of my absolute favorite lashes. Definitely my favorite affordable, more affordable lashes at least. These are the ones that I'm currently wearing. These are the Lily lashes. What are these? The Lily lashes in Randy. I think I actually found them at TJ Maxx. If you can find Lily lashes at TJ Maxx, f***ing buy them. Just do it. Just do it. Unless they're not a pair that you would wear. Then don't waste your money. But I believe these were from the Pride collection last year. The Kiss Honey. Honestly, they were a little too thick, a little bit too much going on, but I'm still gonna keep them because, I mean, I'll definitely wear them. It just has to be the right look, you know? And then these are my favorites, one of my favorites. These are Lily Lashes Miami. I know everyone has talked about these. These have been on the internet for so long. They're so fucking gorgeous. I love a good wispy lash, and she does it for me. Thank you, Miami. And then the last three lashes, these are Flutter Lashes Intoxicating. It's a great lash when you don't have eyeliner on and you just want your eyes to look like big and wide. Hi, buddy. Velour lashes. What are these? Oh, Fluff and Thick. Okay, and then the last pair, a brand from TJ Maxx. Wispy, cheap, cute. Okay, I have a few hair products just to kind of pull my hair back right here. Oh, and then more little lashes. I didn't buy these, but someone gave them. Here we go again. Adjust it. I didn't even make it through the first drawer without the battery dying. I thought it was charged. It's fine. Back to drawer one. This, I just keep like hair things. This is lip products. So I have the Laneige. I don't know how to say this brand, but this is really good. And then I have a little pot of it as well. Great. I have the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip exfoliator. I have the Soap and Glory like lip plumper. And then I have the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip oils in Rose Drip and Violet Drip. And I used to have the just clear one, but I ran out of it. So I should restock on that at some point. Oh man. And then back here I have face palettes that I definitely don't use every day. But a majority of them are highlighters, but some of them have blush and bronzer in them. This is the Chloe and Malika palette from Becca. I honestly just forget about it, but it's really good. And then I have the Becca Chrissy Teigen palette. This one I really like for that bronzy shade, but these highlighters are beautiful. And that blush, it's not something that I would typically go do not lick it. Okay, I love you. Ow. And then of course I have the Jaclyn Hill Becca face palette. Next I have the Morphe blush palette. I do kind of want to get rid of her just because I have had this for so long, and I have the Jaclyn Rouge Romance or Rouge Affair. I can't remember which one. So I don't use this one anymore. It has memories tied to it, and it has this fun orange color, and but I don't use it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Next I have Moonchild, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters. I have used them, but honestly, I forget about them because I use the same highlighters, but they're so pretty. I don't want to get rid of them. If I were to keep any two Anastasia highlighter palettes, it would be these two. They're called Glow Kits, sorry. Definitely the Nicole Guerrero one. I just love them. They're so good. They're so good, but I forget about them. I will use them more though, even though this is pretty old too. Whatever. Okay, next I have the Dream Glow Kits. First of all, look at this packaging. Hello, happy Pride. Happy Pride. They have all different hues. There's a purple one, yellow one, kind of a pinky orange one, a green one. Okay, I found one that I might get rid of. This is one of the original Glow Kits. They used to look like this. I used them a lot, but I haven't reached for this one in years. So this is also gonna go in my gift to friends, or I might throw it out, but I have a hard time throwing it out because I know they were so expensive. Okay, this is my cream, Kat Von D. This is my cream contour kit by Kat Von D. The Shade and Light palette, I love. Please don't lick it, bud. That is not sanitary. I love the original Shade and Light palette. I use that almost every day for bronzing and or contouring. Please don't lick it. I've had a hard time getting rid of because this is another thing that came with the Jaclyn. Literally, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is another thing that came in the Jaclyn Hill Christmas giveaway. Honestly, I'm not going to use it. It's beautiful and NARS does have really great products, but I'm not going to use it. So I will give this to either my mom or one of my friends. Or my sister. First drawer done. That only took like half an hour. So way too f***ing long. And my second drawer, this might be a little quicker because I don't think I'm actually going to get rid of anything. No, I take that back. Okay, so in this drawer I have prepping face products, so like primer, and then I also have, I forgot what the heck this is called, a setting spray. Oh my gosh, she's almost gone, and honestly I need to get more of the Morphe one because that one is my favorite. Then just randomly I have NARS Laguna bronzer. These are like the minis, and let me just show you. Oh, did I just break it? No, we're good. Okay, I think we're good. So it's NARS Laguna bronzer and then NARS Orgasm blush. If I'm traveling super light, I will take these two and nothing else. Well, not nothing else, but no other bronzer or blush. This is awesome. I honestly might have to get a new one. I don't know when these expire after a year. It's probably been about a year, but I'm gonna make her last. And then I have my lash glue. I have a Kiss one, and then I have the House of Lashes one. The House of Lashes one is my favorite. Definitely buy that shit because it'll make your stuff last. Love the NYX glitter primer, very affordable. Dr. Brandt Pores No More, and then the Benefit, the Benefit Professional. This I have had for honestly both of these I've had for so long, and I'm actually going to get rid of them both just because no one should use these. And then in this little tub I have a few MAC shadows. I have my gel liners. These are both Morphe. I have the dark brown one and the black one. Try Me On and Smoky Mauve. These are both MAC shadows. I don't know if they still sell these because I got them a while ago. Ones that I do know they still have and that I got even longer ago are Soft Brown and Swiss Chocolate. These are just classic MAC shadows. I can't seem to get rid of them because they're just so good. And then the last thing I have is a Morphe brow powder in Chocolate Mousse. So it's super dark. I don't use powders that often, but they are good to have. And then I just have my sequins, stars, and pearls. So all fun things. The last few things I have back here are my Shade and Light palettes. This one I got when I was probably, can you stop? 15, 16 years old, maybe younger. She is almost wrecked, but I still use it, and I want to use it up before really cracking down on the new one. This isn't that new. It still says Kat Von D. So before she, you know, sold her company, now it's KVD. I have used it. Sorry, I lied. I have used it, but mainly on other people for my kit, because I couldn't break this crusted one out. Also, my dog, this was in a duffel bag, and he chewed on it through the bag. Talent. That's all I'm gonna say. And then the last thing I have in here is this blush palette. It's Jaclyn Cosmetics. I love it. Every day I wear makeup, I use this blush palette. This is Rouge Romance in Rouge Affair. Yes, she has another one. It's called something else. I also want to get that one, but this is Rouge Affair. Super pretty. Much quicker than the first. Oh, this is gonna be hard. That's what she said. So this is the rest of my face stuff. So it's gonna be foundation, concealers, individual bronzers, individual highlighters, a pressed powder or two, mostly loose powders, and yeah, I think that's it, but I have a lot. I kind of don't want to go through this because I don't think I want to get rid of anything in here. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I am going to get rid of, oh, but this is good for 2 years. I've definitely had it longer than 2 years though. I have the MAC strobe cream. This is Gold Light. I feel like it smells a little weird. Like the last time I used it, it smelled kind of weird. No, it smells fine. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. It's a little intimidating to go through this drawer, but it's the whole point of the video, so I'm gonna go through it anyways. I just dropped all of them. In this first container, I have concealers. I'm not getting rid of any of them because I keep and use these ones. You know what? The NYX ones are great. The Morphe ones are thick and full coverage, if, you know, that's what you're looking for. And the Jaclyn Cosmetics, also pretty full coverage. So those are the 3 types of concealers I have and recommend. Okay, I'm gonna go through my highlighters. I don't think I want to get rid of any of these just because I fucking love highlighters. We'll go through them anyways. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. So gorgeous. I definitely recommend this one. This is KKW. This has a little bit of a different formula. It's super soft. I think because it's soft, it comes off differently than other ones. I don't use it a ton, but it is beautiful. And I love the packaging. But I don't think they're selling KKW Beauty right now because there was a weird thing with that. Next one I have is a Kylie highlighter. This is super pigmented. Be careful with these. You can use too much, so just a dab will do ya. This is in Ice Me Out. Really pretty. These, if you recognize this packaging, these are the Dose of Colors collab with Desi Perkins and Katie Hodges. I can't use both of them all year round. I definitely have to have a tan. This one I can get away with, but this I definitely can't. This one is Mirame and this one is Fuego. So look at me, fire, you know. Thank you 2 years of Spanish, but I didn't even learn that from that. The next 2 highlighters I have are the Jaclyn Cosmetics Poolside. This one is Star Power and this one is Skylight. It either has to be a blush overlay or I have to be more tan in the summertime, you know? Even though I'm super pale right now and it is summer, it's because I can't go out in the sun because I'm getting my face lasered. So that's why that's the situation. The last 2 in here, this is the Morphe Extra highlighter. This is a really good, just basic one to have. She's handy, she's dandy, she's trusty. Another one of my favorites, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Resi highlighter. Super gorgeous. If I'm reaching for one outside of what I'm going to show you next, it's going to be either the Resi one, Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is what I reach for every single day. This is what I use when I do people's makeup for wedding, prom. This is the Jaclyn Hill highlighter kit. This is the Flash palette. She's gorgeous. I mix all of the colors together pretty much every time I wear makeup. This is this is what I'm wearing. And if I were to recommend like 2 or 3 products by Jaclyn Cosmetics, it'll be this one and it'll be this next thing. This is the brightening and setting palette. This is specifically for your under eyes. This is probably the #1 thing that I would recommend if you're gonna buy one thing from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This was a splurge, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, or liquid contour, I don't know how you want to say it, but the applicator is just, she's just, I love her, and it's definitely on brand right now for the clean girl makeup, which is trending, which insert Trixie's Twitter post here. It's kind of how I feel about it, but also I like the clean girl makeup, but I also like to do this. Like, we can have both. We can have both. And if I were to recommend one Charlotte Tilbury product, it would be her pressed powder. What is it called? It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. It is so f***ing good. It is so good. I need to buy another one, but you know, she's expensive, so not right now. Next product. Oh, this would also be in the top 3. Okay. Other favorite product by Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the pressed translucent powder. I believe this is meant to be like the last step in your face makeup. Hi, buddy. I know. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to you right now. I'm sorry. This is also just so fucking good. This Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. I've had this for so long. It's a baked bronzer. Okay, I love you. Thank you. This classic Benefit Hoola bronzer. If you're gonna buy an individual bronzer or contour, I would recommend either Benefit Hoola or NARS Laguna, because they're classics. How is my camera almost dead again? It's only been 20 minutes. And I need to adjust this. She's about to die. I'm not gonna be able to finish even this drawer. Last few things. Tarte Party Blush. This is another one that I might grab to take on vacation with me. This, I don't know if I've ever even used, but it's Chanel. I think it might have been my sister's that she didn't use, or someone's that they didn't use. I don't know, but Chanel blush, it is really pretty. I just don't automatically gravitate towards her. And then the last product in that section is, oh, it's another highlighter. It's the e.l.f. Moonlight highlighter. This is a more subtle one, very much like glow from within type highlighter, which I prefer the more in your face, you can see me from space highlighters, but she is a good one for like an everyday natural glow. And that's it for that section, and I honestly don't think I'm gonna be able to make it much longer because my battery is flashing at me. So I will probably see you another day, hopefully tomorrow. I'll be back. It's a new day, doing the same thing. All right, so I'm gonna continue where I left off, which is this third, oh my gosh, I can't speak. I'm gonna continue where I left off, which is this third drawer down, and I'm gonna start with these guys. Okay, so I think this is Champagne Pop. Oh, maybe this one is Opal. This one is Opal because it got crushed and pretty early on, but I loved this highlighter. I'm keeping her. And then the rest of these are gonna be Champagne Pop. Yep, Champagne Pop, a la Jaclyn Hill. And then another Champagne Pop. This is one of the first makeup products I have ever gotten. It's a NARS, I don't think they're the highlighters. They definitely, maybe they are, but they're glittery. So, although maybe. You know what? Yes, I totally would use them as highlighters. I take it back. Little fairy vibes situation. And then I have a full-size NARS Orgasm Classic. This is a Laura Geller highlighter. Super pretty, although I don't reach for her much. This one I feel like would be good. It kind of has a rosy undertone. Let's try this again. Okay, take 2. This really is more of a blush overlay for me, at least, or for my skin tone. But you could definitely use it as a highlighter. believe that's what it's, you know, initially meant for. And then I have the Morphe bronzer. This is in Icon. To be honest, I don't love this shade. It looks kind of orange on me, and what are you chewing on? I prefer more neutral or cool tone bronzer, so this I'm actually gonna give to someone. And then this is the other highlight palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill, the Flare one. I really can only use this one, obviously, but I got it to have in my kit. And then the last item in this stuff, this is the blush and bronzer duo. I really liked this blush. It's kind of lilac-y. This is a more neutral toned bronzer, but it is fairly light, so I can really only use this when I'm pretty fair. And then these are more highlighters. Oh, these are the blush highlighter splits. This is Prosecco Pop. It was the little sister, as Jaclyn says, of Champagne Pop, the original highlighter. Super gorgeous. And then it has Becca's blush in Amaretto. And then this one is gonna be Champagne Pop and Flower Child, which is a super pretty blush by Becca as well. These were fun. They do not make these anymore. And Jaclyn doesn't have her name on them. I think their contract must have been up, but they do still sell the Champagne Pop highlighters. I feel like she should get a percentage of anyways because she created it in collaboration with them, and I don't know. I think this might have been also in collaboration with Chrissy Teigen. I can't remember. But this, you can sort of use them separately, but this is also a really pretty in the summer blush overlay. Love her keeping her. And then this was the 1 or 2 year anniversary, just different packaging edition of Champagne Pop. They pressed a champagne bottle into it and little bubbles. And then the rest of these are going to be loose powder highlighters, and then I have one cream bronzer, so I'm gonna grab the bronzer first. This is Toasty, Jaclyn Cosmetics cream bronzer. Let me whip her out. I'm definitely more likely to use this than I am the Kat Von D one. Yeah, it has more of like a neutral undertone, which I prefer. It's less orange. Some people can do those tones and it looks so bronzy and gorgeous on them, but I just think it doesn't look good on me. So, to each their own. And this is a Kylie highlighter, loose highlighter. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty that color is. An obvious keep. And then the rest of these are the Jaclyn Cosmetics loose highlighters. I got all of at least the first initial 4 shades. I don't know if she has more right now, but these are super pigmented. And so is the Kylie one. A dab will do you with these. These will honestly last forever. They're also really pretty used as eyeshadow too. Just throwing that out there. And then the last thing in here is going to be my foundations and my loose powders. Just looking at this, I don't think I'm gonna get rid of anything, but we can still go through her. First, I have the Maybelline Fit Me. This is a matte and poreless. I do like their dewy version as well though. And then I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is really good to use for weddings because you know you're not going to get flashback in it. Anything with SPF will give you flashback as well. I loved this one. This you can almost use as a highlighter. It definitely gives you an overall glow. Super pretty for weddings that I would do on top of the foundation or mix in with it. It is very light. It's not going to provide coverage, but it does provide a nice natural glow. These are my current favorite foundations. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect ones. These are great. And then I just have a couple of primers in here. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I'm gonna be honest, it's not my favorite on the nose specifically. I think it's really good up in here where I have pores, but my nose, it made it a little crusty. And then this, I have had for years, but I can't part with it because one, it's so f***ing good, but it's also so expensive. This is pretty much a guarantee that your foundation, like everything is gonna come together. It's gonna look beautiful. But it's very expensive. If you're willing to spend the money, it is definitely worth it. Okay, another favorite foundation of mine, I again really like to use this during weddings. It just stays. It's the Sephora Perfect Mist Airbrush Foundation. It stays on the face really well. It doesn't have oil in it, so it doesn't like separate on your skin. This is a good one. The last foundation in here, actually it's not a foundation, I take that back. This is like a BB cream. It's called the Skin Perfecting Blur Tint, and it doesn't provide all that much coverage necessarily. I would definitely conceal first, but this is sort of like a blurring version of this, if that makes sense. Super good. I wore it a lot last summer, so I've had her a while. If you want more coverage, you can put your concealer on underneath it and just spot treat, and then this on top. Very lightweight, and it just looks beautiful. Okay, next up is the Fenty, I think technically this is supposed to be a foundation. I had a different one that I like this that I use as a foundation. But again, this is a more cool tone bronzer, and this is probably the one that I would grab for the most because I like the shade and super easy to apply. You know what? No, the Charlotte Tilbury one. I use that one the most, but this one is also very beautiful. And then I have my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. So these you can do a lot of things with. Again, it'll make your skin very glowy. You can apply this underneath your foundation in areas where you want to highlight, and it'll definitely make it pop. Or you can do it on top for an even brighter, bolder highlighted appearance. You can also mix it in with your foundation to give you an overall glow. Super pretty, very pigmented, but good. And then the last stuff in this container and just in this drawer are gonna be my powders. I'm not getting rid of any of them. So day to day, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. She just has really good and I use this one every day. This is another good everyday one. I will switch back and forth, but it's the Cover FX Translucent Powder. You can also bake with these, though if I'm baking, I prefer to use my banana, well, this isn't banana powder. You could use Ben Nye banana powder, that'll work really well too. But this is the Kylie Yellow Setting Powder. I also have the Brightening Light Banana, so both of these are like banana powders, by Jaclyn Cosmetics. It does the same thing. You can use it to bake, or you can just put it on really quickly, wipe it away, and it'll give you a brightening effect. And then the last two things in here, these are probably my favorite actually. And I feel like I've said that with like half of this other. But another product, if you want to only buy one thing, which I know I've said that about multiple things, this face powder is so good. It's a luminous powder. Some people do use this as highlighter. I don't. I use it as an all-over face powder, and I think it's just beautiful that way. I'll try to show you the finish of it. Definitely a glow from within if you're gonna use it as a highlighter. It's this. Ugh, it's just so pretty. Laying it over foundation. These are well worth it. I have the other shades, the darker shades, in my kit, so I can use those on darker skin tones, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, hi buddy. This drawer is gonna be eyeshadow palettes, if you could not tell. I use the Jeffree Star Morphe palette, which is, I know, controversial, but it's a good palette. And then I use the Morphe Pride palette that they came out with a couple of years ago. I don't know if they're still selling this. I'd imagine at least this month they'd be selling it, or coming out with a new one. These are my tried and true. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and it is so crusty and dirty. Like when I open it, it's just like, look at that. I got it on launch day, so this was the original packing for the volume 1 palette. And then this is the updated packaging, which, oh my gosh, this is even dirtier than the other one. And this one is untouched, because if I use one, I use the original one that I've already dug into. And then of course we have the beautiful, has these gorgeous pink and purple shades and these bright oranges and this red. I use these shades here a lot for weddings, especially these two shimmer ones. This is the deluxe edition Carly Bible and BH Cosmetics palette. Oh, this was from Jaclyn. Okay, it came with a card. This needs to go back in here. This was the deluxe edition Carly Bible palette. It has more purple, pink tones, and yeah, I don't really use her a ton, but I use the original BH Carly Bible palette a lot. And that is one of the things that I got rid of the last time I was going through stuff, just because I never reached for it and it was pretty busted. But I definitely got a lot of use out of it. The next one in here is going to be the Morphe, which one is this? 39S. And I 100% forget that I have this one, but look at all the pretty purple and pink shades. And then this copper down here, and that one, wow, I totally forget that I have that. Remember. Next up is the Morphe James Charles palette. This is the mini. I gave one of my friends my original big one, just because I don't know, this is more compact and cute, and they're just good. Sorry, I'm not a fan of James Charles. Like, if you like him, if you don't like him, whatever the situation, I don't really care, but this was a really good eyeshadow palette, so that is what it is. Oh, this is kind of giving me a throwback. Okay, this is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. It has all of these fun colors, and honestly, I think I might get rid of her because I have the Morphe Pride one. Oh, but there are different shades in here. I will say the Morphe formula is a lot better than the one for this. They're way more pigmented. So, okay, I think I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. Sorry. Next, I have the Morphe 25B palette. I did have like the 25C and 25B, and I used these a lot for weddings, just because they have, you know, all of the shades. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it because I never reached for it, but someone will get good use out of this. And next up, we have two more Morphe Brushes palettes. And I believe I know which ones they are. Yes, okay. So this is the classic Morphe 350 palette. This palette blew up. I think this is one of the things that Jaclyn really like hyped them up for, and a bunch of other influencers got on the bandwagon of this palette. And honestly, from my personal perspective, this was the start of Morphe really rising to fame. This one is the first collaboration that she did with them. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. I love this palette. It is sentimental, and I don't get rid of my Jaclyn collab stuff just because, I don't know. I love her, I support her, I always have, and this is a big nostalgic item for me. So I will be keeping her. I will be keeping her for the foreseeable future. Next, I'm gonna go through these mini ones. I might actually get rid of some of these because I don't ever reach for them. This is the Morphe 9C. It has pretty purple and orange shadows in it. And then I have the 9B as well. I'm probably gonna get rid of both of them just because, you know what? No. I'm gonna keep this one just because I feel like there are some more unique shades in there. Specifically Hidden Gem, the one in the middle. Guy, I'm gonna get rid of. I never reach for him. This is the Kylie and Kris Jenner collab. I really like these more gray toned ones, so I'm gonna keep her. And then the Kylie x Olivier, aka creative director of Balmain collab. She's really pretty. I love this silver or gray shade. If I were only to keep it for one shade, it's this one. But also this pink is so good. It's that lavendery pink, and Gotta keep it. Anastasia Beverly Hills X Norvina palettes. I have 2 of them. Both of these were, again, part of the giveaway. We have this gorgeous one with some super unique shades in it. I'm not getting rid of it. I don't reach for these a ton. This one probably less. I reach for this one more for sure, because oh my gosh, look at that color palette. Those blues and the purples and this pure white, just so good, so good. Wow, I got rid of so many palettes last time. I so wish I would have kept them until this video. Okay, I can't do anything about it now. The next ones I have are going to be the Jaclyn Hill Vault palettes. I have all 4 of them. There was Bling Boss, Ring the Alarm, Dark Magic, and Armed and Gorgeous. This is Armed and Gorgeous, Dark Magic, Ring the Alarm, and probably my most used one is going to be Bling Boss. I love Hush Hush is so gorgeous. I use Ballsy a lot, and Berry Treasure is so fun. Ooh, also Bling Bling and Glitz and Glam. Listen, they're all good, okay? And I do have 2 copies of them. I know that's not the right term or whatever, but I have another set that, again, I got with the giveaway. Next up, this palette I begged my mom for Christmas, and she told me that she would not get it for me. This is why she wouldn't get it for me, because they're not like, you know, what a lot of people would consider practical and everyday colors, but I wanted it so bad. I needed this palette. Next up, I will do my Anastasia palettes. A Master palette by Mario. Just super gorgeous. They're definitely softer and a more creamy formula. If you guys know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. If you don't, that's okay. Again, nostalgic. And then the next ones I have, let's go in order. Modern Renaissance. She was very popular. I used this one a decent amount. And then there is Soft Glam. Very pretty, very everyday. And then the Norvina palette, which I am obsessed with these 3 shades. That is why I keep this palette, because of those 3 shades. So beautiful. All 3 of these, I use these as sort of like an everyday. I use these for weddings and proms. First up is the Jaclyn Hill Neutrals palette. Yes, my dog, he got this one. So I don't have that last gorgeous, deep, kind of cool tone brown shade, which I wish I did. I haven't rebought it just because I have all of these other shades that I know I'm gonna use, and I don't want to be wasteful like that, you know? Next up is the Dose of Colors X Katie and Desi. Holy f***, I don't know, my brain just stopped working. This has been used and abused, and this is one of my favorite eyeshadow shades to exist. It's gorgeous. Love her. Obsessed with this packaging. They killed it with that. They killed it. And then last in this category, it's the Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. This, it just has just a bunch of neutral shades. Very good, very helpful. We love and use her. And then I have my smaller ones. These 3 are the Huda Beauty nude palette. So it's the light nude, medium nude, rich nude. These I grab if I'm going on vacation and I don't want to take a big palette. I'll either grab one of these or I'll grab a couple of these. You don't need to see them. They're good. And then last in the smalls is going to be, again, the Desi X Katie Dose of Colors. They did a quad before they came out with the full eyeshadow palette. They're pretty. And I don't think they sell this anymore. And then last in my eyeshadow palettes, I have Blue Bloods and Blood Sugar. I really want to get the Cremation palette that has all the grays in it, because I don't have a ton of gray eyeshadows and I like a nice bombshell smoky eye, you know? Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty it is. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then we have Blood Sugar. Gorgeous. Also, can we talk about the fact that this is a coffin? This is a coffin. Love or hate him, that's iconic. It just is. So I'm getting rid of these 3 eyeshadow palettes. Everything else is staying. I don't know how I can arrange this before. I'll adjust it when I get a new vanity. And then last, we have lips. Do I really want to go through all of this? Do I, Alfie? Does that mean I have too many if I don't feel like going through all of them? Lips are just so good. Like, they can completely change the look. Okay, I'm gonna start with lip liners because you need a variety of lip liners when you're doing the lips. So the only ones that I think I'm gonna get rid of are old Laura Mercier ones. They have a really dry consistency, and maybe that's just because they're so old. I'm also gonna get rid of this MAC one because it's, again, just way too old. And I'm gonna get rid of this Dose of Colors one. It's like an apricot color, and I don't like it. So I'll get rid of her. All of these other ones are ones that I would grab for, or they're ones that go with the Kylie lip kits. I'll say my favorite lip liners, though, are the Morphe ones. They're Sweet Tea and Love Bite. And also the Jaclyn Cosmetics ones. I believe Bourbon is my favorite. I think it's this one, actually. Yes. Okay. This lip liner by Jaclyn Cosmetics, Bourbon. I'm also gonna pull out this old Laura Mercier one. Yeah, it looks like... I don't even know what brand this is. It's so old. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting rid of this one, too. And then I'm gonna get rid of this red one, too. And all the rest of these I'm gonna keep. Okay, I got rid of all of these, which I feel like is pretty good. Like, that's a decent haul, considering I already went through this stuff a couple months ago. Next up, I have my nude lipsticks. This is Natasha Denona, and I love that the top is magnetic. That's just, it's quite nice. This was the Balmain and L'Oreal collab. The shade is it's kind of an awkward nude, and I don't grab for it that much, so I'm probably gonna get rid of her. Oh, this is Whirl. Yep, this is MAC. Just an iconic shade. Keeping. Next, I have these Dose of Color ones. Again, these are in collaboration with Desi and Katie, and they both did a nude. They're pretty. Next up is a KKW nude. I wore this the other day. It's not my perfect nude by any means, but I love the formula, and so I'm gonna keep her. Also, the packaging is just, she's pretty. Next, I have this Kat Von D one. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have never wore this. This is probably one of my least favorite shades I could wear. So this was a gift, which is why I have kept it for so long. Oops. It's a Huda Beauty nude. Don't eat it. It's less of a nude and more of a brown for me personally. The texture, the formula is really nice for it though. We have NARS. I do really love the formula for this as well. I don't want to get rid of it for that reason, however, I don't wear this, so I think I actually am going to get rid of it. Alright, next I have this mini, it's the Tarte Beach Bash. I do actually really like this color. I should keep this in my car, you know, for emergency lipstick purposes. Next we have the iconic Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is such a popular shade. This just, it looks good on everyone. And then the last in my non-Jaclyn nude lipsticks, actually these aren't Jaclyn because these are collaborations. These are the Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks that Jaclyn did in collaboration with them. This is 1995 when the Kylie Jenner lip was super popular. This is such a good pinky nude. Keeping these for nostalgic purposes. Buddy, they can't see. Next up are the Jaclyn Cosmetics lipsticks. I fucking love them and I've never had an issue, so I'm keeping every one of them. I also have these cute little lip crayons. And then I have my nude liquid lips. Actually, I'm gonna go through the glosses first. This isn't a gloss. This is a liquid lipstick. Again, I think I'm gonna put this in my car. Smashbox. Little lip glosses for some holiday collection. This is the Tarte lip paint and double tap. She's kind of mauve-y. And then I have the Kylie X Balmain collab. This is the Buxom gloss in Selena. So it has sort of like a purpley pink, maybe a little bit of green. I don't know if you can see. These are my favorite glosses. Oh, they're the Morphe glosses in the shade Boho. Next, I have this Dior gloss, which is so old, it's getting gross and separating at the bottom, so I think it's time to get rid of her. And then last, I have these Smashbox glosses. They were also part of a holiday collection that was in that kit, and I don't use them, so I'm gonna get rid of these as well. This is last for the glosses. These are the first Jaclyn collaboration aside from the Sigma Favorites brushes collection that she did. This was her first actual makeup collab, and it was with a company called Whitening Lightning, which then changed their name to Gerard Cosmetics, which is the same as those two lipsticks. But I believe these glosses were the first collabs, and it's in Buttercream and Rose Hill. Again, this is a nostalgic keep, not because I use them. It would be gross and probably do something bad to my skin if I actually used them. Okay, next up are my nude liquid lips. Right off the bat, I'm gonna get rid of the Kylie X Balmain one just because this is a color that I don't ever wear or grab for. Gosh, I just have so fucking many. This is crazy. So a lot of these are Jaclyn Cosmetics ones that I've bought, and I'm not getting rid of those. Those are the ones that I use on the daily. And then I also have some Kylie Lip Kit ones. And I have the Kylie X Kim cream lipstick collabs, which I'm gonna get rid of these two shades because I don't wear these ones. Okay. The last one in this section that I'm gonna get rid of is the Anastasia liquid lip in Pure Hollywood. My perfect nude at the time that it came out. It's just time to part with her. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Oh, I'm also gonna get rid of Stripped because I got these around the same time. Okay, next up I have my berry shades and my red shades. And then these blue Jeffree Star mini ones in between. I'm gonna go through these ones right now. Oh, these were, again, part of the Blue Bloods collection. I do use these, though I use them more as like a paint than I do on my lips. But the colors are so pretty. And I'm keeping. Okay, I think I'm gonna go through my reds first. Is this red? No, that's a purple. Actually, I know the only red I want to get rid of is this Sephora one because I don't use her. And I actually don't think I want to get rid of any of them. I will get rid of this one though. And then back here, I just have these bags that I use for traveling. I'm probably going to end up separating and sorting my makeup with these and then just putting it all in a duffel bag when I do empty everything out. Why did you do that? Yeah. So that is all of my makeup. The other drawers have more skincare. Oh, I guess I didn't do my special effects stuff. I don't have that much special effects stuff, and I know I'm not gonna get rid of any of it, so I'll just keep it to this stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed through the whole video, I appreciate you. And I'll show you my pile of getting rid of stuff. It's back there. I look crusted. It's fine. Honestly, I might have to reshoot this. I don't want to. I believe I'm done decluttering my makeup now until I move. Check out my other videos if you're interested. The last one I did was the closet clean out, and that was fun, and I got rid of a bunch of stuff. So it was successful. This, not quite as successful, so it didn't feel like a lot, but it was good to definitely go through it again and filter out the unnecessaries. Alfie wants to say bye too. Say bye. Say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye. Okay, thank you, buddy. Thank you. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Bye. This doesn't really work, does it? Oh, there's a bone in here. I'm just gonna sit in the dog bed. You can't see it, but this is what we're doing. Okay. Dude, now is so not the time.